Hello everyone! Today we are heading out on another camping adventure in one of Canada's most beautiful spots. We are starting off at the airport to pick up Chamar and Naomi, meeting them again. It's their first time with us here in Alberta, so we wanted to give them a nice welcome. We packed up everything and began our journey to Banff. Mom and Dad are joining us for this trip too. We decided to take the scenic route, the one less traveled, and since time wasn't an issue, we went for it. The views were amazing. Our first stop was in Canmore, where we had breakfast at Moraine Lake Park. The views of the mountains in the background made every photo picture perfect. After breakfast, we strolled around the park and even caught a glimpse of the famous Three Sisters mountain peeking through the trees. Next, we visited the Cave and Basins in Banff, one of Canada's national historic sites. There's a fascinating story behind how it was discovered, which you can read about on the info boards inside the building. As we walked through the cave, we reached a stunning hot water pond. Though the sulfur smell was a bit odd, the history here is worth exploring. And you can even follow the boardwalk to see where the hot water comes from underground. For lunch, we stopped at the Silver Dragon restaurant and filled up before heading to our campsite. We'll be staying at the campsite for 2 nights. After setting up camp, we went straight to the Banff Gondola. We made it just in time to avoid missing our ride. The gondola ride up was a little nerve-wracking, but the views made it totally worth it. When we reached the top, the scenery left us speechless, and to our surprise, started snowing. The snow didn't stop us from exploring. We took the boardwalk to another peak, and since the weather was stormy, there weren't many people around. The sight of the snow-capped mountains was incredible. Pictures cannot do any justice. We were even lucky enough to see a rainbow stretching between the mountains. After soaking in all the beauty, we headed back down the mountain. We grabbed some supplies for dinner and took a quick stroll around Banff village. It's hard to put into words just how beautiful this place is. Back at the campsite, we cooked up a feast for dinner. After all the exploring, we were starving. It's day 2 and I can't wait to visit all the spots we have planned for today. As usual, I'm in charge of making coffee for everyone, the head of the coffee department. After another hearty breakfast, we were ready for our action-packed day. Our first stop was Jack Lake. It was absolutely breathtaking. Next, we planned to visit Lake Minnewanka, but the parking lot was full, so we moved on to our next destination. The drive was gorgeous, though, so no complaints. Next, we arrived at Johnston Canyon. This is our second time here. If you want to see what it looks like in winter, check out our video on the right. It's a totally different experience, but it's always stunning. It was crowded and we waited about 45 minutes to get to the falls, but the wait was definitely worth it. We continued to the upper falls. It's amazing how the same place can look so different depending on the season. In winter, everything is frozen, giving it a whole new look. We headed back to Banff to do some more shopping and exploring. 1 or 2 days isn't enough to fully take in everything this place has to offer. There's always something new and beautiful to discover. Back at camp, the rain was heavier than expected, and we weren't fully prepared for it. Eventually, we decided to head back to the village for pizza instead. We couldn't capture much due to the rain, but it was still a great evening. It's day 3, and we didn't even realize we had slept through the night in subarctic weather. After another delicious breakfast, made complete with coffee from our in-house barista, we headed to our first destination of the day, Lake Louise. We parked at the park and ride, bought tickets and waited about 45 minutes for the shuttle. When we arrived, the rain had cleared and the skies were beautiful. The views at Lake Louise were breathtaking. I'll stop talking for a moment so you can just enjoy the scenery. After a few hours at Lake Louise, we took the shuttle to Moraine Lake. The views were mind-blowing. We had hoped to go canoeing, but the water levels were low, so the service was off for the season. No worries, we still made most of it. Climbing the rock pile and taking in the stunning views even as it started to snow again. Afterward, we took the less traveled Bow Valley Parkway and made it to the Moraine Curve, just in time to see the train pass by. It was the perfect view, snow-capped mountains, green trees, and the Bow River with the train winding through the valley. We also drove by Castle Mountain and were greeted by another rainbow as a farewell from Banff. It was the perfect ending to our trip. Before we left, we celebrated Naomi's birthday with a cake and sang her happy birthday. It was a great way to wrap up the trip.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nicey. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Thanks for joining us on this adventure. Stay tuned for the next video. And until then, take care. Bye.